So, I suppose you're wondering why I've called you all here. Well, one of you is the murderer. Hold on, wait a minute, hold on. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing here. This isn't a 40s cops and robbers movie, I'm sorry. This is badmovieguy.com. So instead of revealing the culprit, let's talk about this week's movie. It's another one that's designed to disturb. It's Korean. It's brand new. It's The Butcher. Here's the story. Now, The Butcher is a movie of a totally different kind. And when I say that, I really mean it. And it's not just because it's Asian weird different. It's even stranger than that. The Butcher is the story of the making of a snuff film. And it's all told with point of view cameras. The victims have cameras on their heads. The killers carry cameras around. There are cameras mounted around the abandoned slaughterhouse where the movie takes place. So we get plenty of perspective, but not a ton of narrative, which I think was the idea with the movie. Now, when the movie opens, 4 people are being held in a rundown slaughterhouse. All of them are bound, and all of them have weird headgear on, which is where the cameras are. We meet the filmmakers. There's the director, and there's his assistant, and they keep referring to someone else that they call the pig. Now, they divide the foursome into 2 pairs to make filming a little easier for them, and then one of the pairs is hauled away, apparently to where the pig is. Shortly after that, the director disappears, and we hear a lot of screaming, and I mean a lot of screaming, and it goes on for quite a while. Then the director reappears. He takes a phone call from his mother about going to church, and then orders the other 2 victims, the ones that we've been watching from their perspective, and he orders them into the other room where the pig is. Now, once in that room, now the horror really begins. The pig is this giant dude with, you guessed it, a pig mask, and apparently he enjoys killing people. But it's up to the director to tell him how to kill the people that he brings in. And that's pretty much the movie. We're watching from the perspective of the couple and the director. It splits back and forth while the director plays this violent little game with the husband with the promise of saving his wife. But soon the blood begins to flow, which, after all, is the whole point of this movie. Now, The Butcher isn't really a movie. It doesn't tell a story. It's more of a behind the scenes of a snuff film. And there's not really a lot of redeeming value here. There's no heroes. There's no happy ending on the horizon. It's all very bleak and very gory. I would compare this to Hostel, but with less story, and the characters are even less sympathetic. All of this goes on in the slaughterhouse. There's no reference to who these people are or how they got there. So I had a problem identifying with any of the victims, and the killers are all very generic. There's no real animosity built here against them. In other words, there's no one to root for, and there's no one to root against. I'm giving The Butcher 2 out of 4 cigars. If you're a fan of the gory parts of Hostel, then you're really going to love this. But if you're looking for a story, even a thin plot, then you're probably going to be disappointed. So until next time, when I'll still be trying to scare myself, remember that I'm always inflicting indie movies on myself over at roguecinema.com. And I'll be trying to identify with the latest horror DVD releases every Tuesday over at fearzone.com. And let's all agree to meet back here in 1 week when I'll reveal the killer's identity, and I'll look for something even more shocking and weird, and I'll remind you that the best movies are bad movies.